Relatives say they don't believe Johnson stole anything from the home, but detectives would not confirm that.
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every child's point of view that was raised in the hood. How he gonna get his money to have clothes to go to school?
While the
A job.
In life, there is a chance meeting that will change your life for the better or for the worst. And in this case, obviously for the worst. There was a chance meeting I had when I was about the same age as that young man, maybe older. And I met this man right here. Who is this man? This man is Judge Niles Jackson, and I met him in his courtroom in 1985. When I stood before him after stealing from my employer at the age of 18 and having gone to jail, and I had to go before him, I will never forget looking into his piercing blue eyes, me trying to explain to him why I felt it necessary to steal. And I lied, quite frankly, to justify, kind of like this girl is doing, saying that I needed money for X, Y, and Z. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I stole the money is because I was trying to keep up with the Joneses and buy the latest, whatever it was at the time, and got caught. But this man said to me, I'm going to sentence you to a year deferred sentence, and I do not want to see you back in my courtroom again. If you get so much as a traffic ticket, you will do the full year in jail. He had no idea what he planted in my head. I was so afraid for the next year. Every time I saw a police officer, I got anxiety before it was a catchphrase. During that year time, I enlisted in the Army Reserve and went off to basic training. But before I could do that, I had to get permission for the court. I can't remember if I actually went back to his courtroom because I had to go to his court or if I sought him out. But I know for a fact I went to him to tell him that I was about to enlist in the Army Reserve and what I was doing with my life. Shortly after returning from basic training, I got accepted into the University of Oklahoma, and I went to seek out Judge Niles Jackson to tell him I got accepted into the University of Oklahoma, and I was going to do something with my life. I took some detours along the way. Like I shared with you, because of that arrest, I didn't get my commission the first time I tried to become an officer. I didn't. But because he had again, stuck in my mind. When I graduated from the University of Oklahoma, I went to him and told him I graduated from the University of Oklahoma. Years would pass. By this time, I'm a mother. My daughter is a toddler. With each milestone, I went to seek him out. And by this time, he didn't remember me. I never forgot him, though. By the time I went back, I was at 28, 29. And I told him I was about to get my commission as an officer 10 years later after that arrest on that record. And told him I was about to graduate with a graduate degree. I was in graduate school. I was a mother. All these things by that chance encounter. He said to me that at the time that I was the first young person who purposely sought him out to tell him the difference that I had made in my life. He didn't say it, but by what he didn't say, I got the feeling he was saying that I was the first black kid that did it. He didn't say it, but I kind of got the feeling. But I kind of let him know whether he intended to or not. Because he was just doing his job, you understand me. Whether he intended to or not, I took those words to heart. Because I was not going to be another statistic. And that is why I say sometimes it's better that you make your mistakes early. Now, going back to the situation with the young man who lost his life, the woman had every right to defend her home, but first and foremost, to defend herself. To defend herself. How was she to know that you didn't mean her no harm? But I think, going back to me, I thank God that that happened to me when it did. Because had I not got caught, because see, you don't break into somebody's house one off. You don't get that bold, especially in today's day and time, because you never know what's on the other side of that door. 2025 is different than 1985 when I got in trouble. But had I not gotten in trouble when I did, who knows how much I would have pushed the envelope to see how much I could have gotten away with. But that chance encounter going before Judge Niles Jackson with the piercing blue eyes and the fact that I remember his name, never forgot it. And I had to take accountability for what I did. Maybe that was my way of doing that. Taking accountability for the choice I made to show that I wasn't going to be like what he had seen in his courtroom before. I wasn't going to be like that. For all intents and purposes, I could have been considered from the hood. Sure enough was from the hood before we moved from California to Oklahoma. My mama on food stamps, government cheese, Section 8, hand-me-down clothing, thrift store clothing. I could have been all that. Could have been all that. So I'm not hearing any of the excuses. Any of them. I pray for the woman who had to take a young life, because I'm sure that she didn't wake up that morning thinking that she would need to do it. But it was a situation, her, you, or me. Because hey, same here. If you know, you know. But a chance meeting that changed the course of his life. Chance meeting that changed the course of my life. And a chance meeting that changed the course of Mikhail Baker's life. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing when Miss Maria walked into Burger King, snapped the picture, posted it, and it changed the course of his life, changed the choices that he would later be able to make. So, true enough, he couldn't have known that, or she couldn't have known that the picture was going to voluptuate. He couldn't have known that. Has no control over that. But he had every control over what he could do to influence his own destiny. Same here. And the same thing with that young man who lost his life. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.